And with that noise, we are starting the Mills and Ribbert RF draft analysis of 2019.
And I never got tired, so my dad.
So welcome everybody.
Thank you. I'm gonna say this is a pleasure and an honor to be sharing this podcast with you, and I'm ready to get things started. I'm very pumped for Thursday. See what our teams can muster up.
Yeah, as you know, the big name in the draft this year is my Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, a lot of the news in the Arizona Cardinals. I just want a quick note. A few teams that we won't be mentioning in RF is the New Orleans Saints, Dallas Cowboys, and the Chicago Bears due to their horrible choices in trading away first-round picks.
This is all correct.
Except for the probably Chicago Bears, maybe the only team that actually may have made a good decision when trading their first-round pick.
That's also very true.
Those three teams I probably won't be talking about. Along with the Texans, we just don't respect the member in RF who likes that team because it can change if he moves another.
We're not sure. Sometimes he says he's a Cowboys fan, so we're really unsure of his preference.
And if we have time, there are the Browns, Jags, Dolphins, and Raiders. For one of our real friends, he's a big fan.
And today we've chosen the Dolphins for him, so we're going to be running with that.
Okay, good.
You know, the Cleveland Browns do not have a first round pick due to a couple trades they made, one including Odell Beckham Jr. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the Cardinals. Very interesting what's going on here. You know, I would say 99.5% of mock drafts have Kyler Murray going to the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going to go two directions with this. I want to go with the direction of, yes, you know, I do believe that Kyler would be picked. But when I look at the Arizona Cardinals roster, you traded up to get Josh Rosen last 10th pick. You already invested $17 million in the kid. So that $17 million, you don't want that to go to waste. You brought in Terrell Suggs and you have Chandler Jones. Could you imagine Nick Bosa or Quentin Williams coming off the same side as one of those guys? That's just what I keep thinking about.
You're right.
I understand Josh Rosen. I understand the Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury connection. I get it. I really. But the upside of having that defense force, because I mean, you guys still got to go get Jared Goff for the next up 10 years. Still got to go get Russell Wilson, because I mean, you still got to go get Jimmy. And I really think for the future of that franchise, solidifying that defense with Bosa or Quinnen would be ideal.
So
and that's just my take on it.
I think I had that same take as you when I first started this draft journey that as a Cardinals fan I've taken emotionally. You know, you start off and you think about, wow, Quinnen Williams, Nick Bosa, you're the first overall pick for the first time for the Arizona Cardinals in like 50 years, I think is what they said. So now that you're in this position, all of a sudden the Kyler Murray hype starts out as something that was just cute, that was thrown out from Cliff Kingsbury because he said something in an interview last year when he was still at Texas Tech, and it turned into a forest fire of holy shit, maybe they actually are taking Kyler Murray. And then from the fan base perspective, it turned into fuck yeah, let's just fucking do this thing with Kyler Murray. You know, you watch some tape, you see him just running around like a tiny Michael Vick out there, but with way more accuracy, slinging the ball. He definitely seems like a pocket first passer, then run second. But at the same time, you know, you just traded up. You traded up last year for Josh Rosen. You have to wonder, do you really have that much doubt in Josh Rosen to the point where you're wasting the first overall pick? I don't know. Is this all a smokescreen? Is this all bullshit? And we don't know anything yet because the draft is just a bunch of media hype nowadays? I don't really know.
Right. And another take I'd love to take with this, let's say we do draft Kyler and we have to get rid of Josh Rosen. First round pick is more than likely not going to happen, in my opinion. To where possibly a second round pick, maybe get desperate. If you're getting desperate enough, or you're not getting that great of an offer.
I think we're seeing, we're seeing a second rounder at this point.
Okay. The way I see it is, you have a first rounder in Kyler, and then you get a second rounder with potentially whoever. But if we stick with our first rounder, Josh Rosen, we get another first round talent with Nick Bosa or Quinnen Williams, whichever way you want to go. So you have 2 first round gifts, 2 first round talents. Because even if you're trading away Josh Rosen for a second rounder, that's still first round talent that you're getting rid of.
No, very true.
You have first round talent with Josh Rosen, get first round talent with Nick Bosa versus Quinnen Williams, and you're in a better spot. I feel, instead of a potential. I mean, everything's potential. First round or first time head coach with Cliff Kingsbury, and then you Kyler coming in here. So everything's potential based. But I feel that Kyler Murray is going to be the guy, but there is a lot of upside still if Josh Rosen stays the head quarterbacks.
Yeah, it should be interesting. You know how Josh Rosen responds to all the speculation about him being traded, where he's going to go, confidence-wise, from the coaching staff, what they've told him. Who really knows, and who really cares? Cardinals are on the clock, and we are selecting Kyler Murray, I suppose. So we'll roll with that. We're not going to be doing trades. We're not going to be doing trades in our little mock draft. So if the Washington Redskins get a little thirsty at pick 15, which brings us number 11 on the clock, is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengals. And I'll start by saying this team is probably the most fervent team in the NFL. But I think with the addition of Zach Taylor, we're going to do what we can to change the culture. And I'm going to start by saying that I would really, 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 really love the idea of the Bengals taking everything slow, taking everything a day at a time, and getting Andre Dillon, a tackle out of Washington State that can help Andy Dalton stay up in the pocket, help with the run game. I love it, but when you actually, if you take a look at the chart of the linebackers that the Cincinnati Bengals have, I guarantee you most RFs would have no idea who they are.
That's true.
No idea at all. And when you have the run package that the Steelers are going to have, and you have the run package that the Browns are definitely going to have with Nick and Kareem Hunt, and then you have the running package that the Ravens have and hold, you need a middle linebacker.
Agreed. Yep. I agree with you. Devin White would be the perfect candidate for the Bengals. Unfortunately, it sounds like he's going to go number 5, almost written in stone at this point, to the Buccaneers. So I like you're leading up to Devin Bush from Michigan. I think you have to give Andy Dalton one more year and see how he fits into Zach Taylor's scheme. See how it goes. See if maybe he can rekindle his career with a new coaching staff and a new offensive-minded coaching staff. So he has a 1-year tryout for that system. If he doesn't work out and the Bengals burn in flames, then there are great quarterbacks next year in Jake Fromm, Tua, and there's another kid, but I forgot his name. So there's options next year. Oh, yeah. Justin Herbert from Oregon.
Herbert.
Yeah,
Oregon.
He's great.
And that's another way I like to go, is that we don't have to really rush Andy Dalton out the door. This is his contract season. This is his last season on his contract. Therefore, he can he can play for an extension, which I think is big. I don't think we're going to be going quarterback and seeing Dwayne Haskins at this pick, but
not worth it.
I feel like that pulling the trigger a little too much. But yeah, Devin Bush, one thing that you hear throughout about Devin Bush and that you want to hear when you hear middle linebacker is sideline to sideline. He brings
the
that.
dude's a runner. He balls.
He brings that. It's got good speed. So with the 11th pick in the 2019 draft, Cincinnati Bengals will be selecting Devin Bush out of Michigan.
I like it. We'll move on to the next pick. And the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins, Alex Blasing's Miami Dolphins traded Ryan Tannehill for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Great trade, great idea. I love Dolphins are going with that plan of attack. This team has a lot of rebuilding, and
they do.
I really would like to believe that the Ryan Fitzpatrick trade had to do with the fact that getting a new head coach. I believe his name is Brian Flores, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what his name is. I forget, but you want to rebuild the culture at quarterback position. And I believe when you have a veteran quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, you want to show him the ropes with a new quarterback on board.
Mm-hmm.
I see at 13, Dwayne Haskins being taken off the board with the Miami Dolphins, and they're going to go ahead and just get him implemented in the system. Have Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's a smart human being, knows football, and would have no problem being that role player and teaching this kid the ropes.
I like it. 13's interesting. I think they definitely could go Dwayne Haskins. It's clear they need a quarterback, and it seems like they're going into this draft this year with absolutely no answer at quarterback. So Dwayne Haskins makes a ton of sense. The only other option I could think of them is maybe they bolster their line or try to get a project for next year. For some reason, Ed Oliver falls to 13, which I just don't see happening. Maybe grab him. But, yeah, I think Dwayne Haskins has to be the pick here for them, and he might work out for their team. They're definitely going to be defensive-minded now. So maybe they could bolster that D line, but Montez Sweat is another option. But yeah, I think we agree. Let's Dwayne Haskins. Let's get away from the Dolphins. Alex Blasing's gonna be extremely excited for this next season for the Dolphins. So I'm excited for him. I think we all are.
Definitely be getting Dwayne Haskins jersey.
Yeah, I can't wait for his Dwayne Haskins jersey. That should look sweet. Which brings up the number 15 pick, which is going to be the Washington R words. This is a family-friendly show, so we will not be using any racial profanity. I'd ask all our viewers to also use the R words when they're speaking about Washington's team. Just out of respect.
Out of respect for all of the Native American culture and history of the Native American people.
The R words obviously been a lot of trade speculation with Josh Rosen, but we're not doing trades in this. Dwayne Haskins is already off the board. Looks like the Redskins, the R words. I apologize to all my viewers for using racial profanity on this broadcast, but the R words. The R words will be running with Case Keenum in the 2019 season. Case Keenum will be the quarterback for Jay Gruden's offense, which I can see them needing to protect that very valuable asset in Case Keenum. So I see Andre Dillard coming off the board here for the Redskins.
Andre Dillard, I do think is probably the best pass protecting tackle in the draft. Great size, great strength. An athlete. I think he ran close to a 4.9 40 or something outrageous like that in the combine. Yeah. But I have been thinking about this pick a lot. And the R words need to go now. And I think taking a tackle or taking a receiver or any type of defensive player right now, you're stalling the process. Adversity with this kid I'm about to bring up has been his calling card all throughout college. He hasn't teammates. He's been in division. He's had a lot thrown his way, and he's been able to surpass. You have young quarterback in this division, or this conference. Sorry, no division. You have Dak Prescott. You have Carson Wentz. The Giants either are or will be getting a quarterback very soon. So you're still going to have youth there at the quarterback position. Let's get young now. Drew Lock out of Missouri really does make the most sense to me. Jay Gruden, offensive-minded coordinator. He's the offensive mind for when the Bengals went 11-5. Really helped out Andy Dalton through his success there. I really think Jay Gruden should take Drew Lock at this spot.
Okay, I like it.
Really help with that. Like I said, with that adversity, this Drew Lock kid, he started as a freshman. His sophomore year, 3K passing, 23 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Junior year, 4,000 yards passing, 44 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. And then just last year, 3,500 yards passing, 28 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He can play. He can throw the ball. And I think when you have Darius Geis, Adrian Peterson, you have some weapons at the wide receiver position. Just throw him in. He's the kind of kid that he's a leader. He has the intangibles of a real quarterback that you want. Just throw him in the fire. He's the kind of guy that you can throw in the fire, and he won't drown. And so I really think Drew Lock at 15th could.
I like that pick. We're at odds here. I'm going to take Dillard for them, but you're going to take Drew Lock. I like that pick, especially, the doc on him I've heard is that he's a little erratic with his passing and accuracy, so might see if they can fix that. But I heard the hardest thing to fix in a passer is accuracy, so could work out. So I could see him as a middle grade starter in the NFL, which would be perfect for the R words. They're a middle pack team, so that works out great for them.
Yes.
So we'll put the Panthers on the clock here.
Yep. I think this pick is probably out of all the picks, I think this is probably the most interesting. I say that because Cam, he's getting older, but he's still great. I still think he's a great quarterback, and I don't think I've seen some things with a quarterback being drafted right here. No way, Jose. And I started that by saying Cam Newton. Big time receiver, not big time from Florida State. You got
Kelvin Benjamin, yes.
Kelvin Benjamin's a big body receiver before. Just got rid of Mr. Funches, Devin Funches, another big body receiver. I love the idea. Of having a short little Curtis Samuel, a short DJ Moore, and a scatty Christian McCaffrey, and then getting a big body of Jakeem Butler.
Jakeem Butler, okay, interesting.
It just fits the mold of what Cam Newton wants.
I like that. That would have them going wide receiver 2 first rounds in a row. That'd be interesting.
Now, this is the thing. I believe that's what Cam Newton wants, but the Panthers need to rush the quarterback.
Yep.
They need pressure on the quarterback.
You're very right.
You have Matt Ryan. You have
Drew Brees.
The visions. You got to get him. Clelin
Ferrell. Yep. Out of Clemson.
I think would be the best position.
Yep, absolutely. I think we're on the same page here. Clelin Ferrell's a beast. He probably only falls because the people in front of him as pass rushers in this draft are gods. So, for some reason on this earth, Brian Burns is there. That's just a huge steal for the Panthers, but he shouldn't be there. So, yeah, Clelin Ferrell's a great fit for here. I think it's just Panthers take a pass rusher and we move on.
Right. Best pass rusher available at that position would be the perfect thing. Even though, like I said, Hakeem Buck would be ideal for Cam Newton and what they want to do, but they have to get out of the quarterback.
Yeah, no, agreed. That should be interesting. Which means we put the Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock after losing all of their players this offseason.
Yeah, 0 players on their roster.
So now they need to rebuild those players that they lost. But what's interesting here is also that they don't really have any cornerbacks.
Oh, good, good. I think we're getting on the same page now. Now they do have, Juju and that,
Right.
Washington kid out of Oklahoma State who I believe
James
played well
Washington, who they
last
took
year.
last year in the 3rd round.
James Washington.
Very true.
James Washington. And then they have the running back who I'm not really sold in, James Conner.
Yep. So they have those
I'm not really
pieces
sold
still
in.
to kind of plug and play. We'll see if they work
Right.
out. So that means it doesn't
See
make
if
a
it
dire
works
need
out.
for a wide receiver. Their defense was abysmal at times last season. That loss to the Oakland Raiders was a brutal one where they just let the Raiders run all over them and pass all over them, do whatever they wanted. So you have to protect the pass if you want to compete in the NFL. So if for some reason, and it's very strange to me that Greedy Williams out of LSU keeps falling in a lot of people's boards, but I think that the Steelers should absolutely select Greedy Williams at number 20 if he's there.
I have literally emphasized Greedy Williams going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The only knock that Greedy has on him is that he doesn't have that, come up and make a run tackle mentality. Great in the passing game, but you kind of need a gritty player to come up and hit somebody in the mouth. That's why he's Greedy Williams. If DeAndre Baker is there,
Interesting
DeAndre
choice.
Baker
He should
is
be there as
available.
well, yes.
I really do think that's the way they can go. Jim Thorpe Award winner, best DB in college football. Big, long, lanky, 6'5" wingspan, I believe.
Agreed.
And he will hit you.
Yep, I think DeAndre Baker is the best complete corner in this draft class, but I think he goes before Greedy Williams because of that. So more than likely he won't be there for the Steelers, and I think Greedy Williams at 6'2", 185 pounds, running a 4.3 40 is an athletic freak of nature, and he's only coming out as a sophomore, will develop into an elite corner. Just a shutdown guy. You run him on man-to-man. Don't get him out in zone. He probably won't do well in zone, but get him out in man-to-man. Hopefully he becomes a little bit more aggressive with his tackling and run D. But the dude's going to be a shutdown corner, just man-to-man in this league.
He's an LSU DB, and so we already can imagine that he's going to give you some type of great production just because of what their defensive backs. And so I like the Steelers can get greedy. That's great to have Odell and Jarvis for the next few years. And whatever receiver that the Ravens may be getting for the next few years, I think Greedy will step up to the challenge.
Agreed.
For sure.
So, with the last RF team picking in this draft, the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to bring in special guest Bronk Gray. Miles, I'll have you introduce him as I drag him over here shortly. 1, 2, 3.
Bringing in our Eagles expert analyst that we hunted down and searched for. Bronk Gray is his name, and he will be introducing the new Philadelphia Eagle to the team. And take it away.
Alrighty, so I don't know who is still available.
We have a lot of people available. We have Jeff Simmons.
All right.
We have Hollywood Brown available.
Ooh, boy.
And an interesting person who's still available is also AJ Brown and DK Metcalf.
Ooh, that's very interesting.
Actually, just go ahead. You go ahead and do your blind pick, and we'll just let you know if that person is available or not.
I'm guessing Ed Oliver is gone.
Oh yes, Eddie Oliver will be gone by 25.
That was a dumb question.
That was pretty dumb.
All right, fair enough.
Let me ask you this: the Ed Oliver speculation, how does that appear when Malik Jackson is a part of that defense?
How does it what?
Why is Oliver is being considered in the first round, getting defensive tackle in the first round, when Malik Jackson and Fletcher Cox are?
So Howie Roseman believes in building through the trenches. And I believe over the past like 8 years, he's drafted 4 defensive linemen and like 3 offensive linemen and then like 1 receiver. In the year that it was receiver, it was actually Chip Kelly whenever he got kicked out. So he focuses on the D line and the O line pretty heavily. So, is Christian Wilkins available?
Yeah, Christian Wilkins is there.
Interesting. I'm going to say we will trade back.
Oh, we're doing a no trade mock.
Oh fuck!
Must pay.
Alrighty. All right. I'm ready for my pick.
All right, pick is in.
With the 25th overall pick, Philadelphia Eagles select Marquise Hollywood Brown, baby.
Oh, Deshaun and Hollywood on the same field. The Burners.
Oh, baby.
The Burners.
With Nelson Aguilar getting traded for a 5th rounder.
Okay, this is a no trade mock. I don't know why you keep doing that.
Okay, well, but that's not a trade within the fucking draft. It's like separate, dude.
Why do you think necessary to trade Nelson Aguilar?
So, Nelson Aguilar still was not consistent last year with how he performed in 2017. And the Eagles have him at a cap number of $9.5 million, which they don't really feel like paying, I don't think. And so they might as well get some trade value out of him since this is his last year. That's why I think they go with Hollywood Brown, play him in the slot. Deshaun on the outside. It's a whole lot of speed, boy.
Sean Jeffrey on the other. Yeah, I mean, if you can get rid of Nelson Aguilar, I mean, that would be. I, on the other hand, I don't know where you are, but I had on my list of Eagle potential. Marquise Brown, I absolutely love on that. Love on that. Josh Jacobs makes sense in a sense, even though you have Jordan Howard, but there is potential in the second, third round with Darrell Henderson, and you have Bryce Love, and you have other running backs in the later rounds. And then it came down to Jeffrey Simmons, I believe. Also, when you talk about the trenches, I believe you should go Jeffrey Simmons, just because you have Malik Jackson, you have Fletcher Cox.
Right.
Let them play this year. Let them really solidify that defensive line. Let Jeffrey Simmons get healthy, fully revival, and let him come over that vision for the next 10 years.
See, the only thing I would say to counter that, the Jeffrey Simmons selection, is that Howie Roseman and the Eagles have picked up a whole lot of older players, veterans on 1-year contracts again, like they have been doing the past couple of years, because they believe they can win a Super Bowl right now, and after this year they're probably going to have to pay Carson Wentz, so they're trying to find that window of going all in with the talent that they currently have on the roster.
Okay, and just to finish my point, when you look at Eagles roster, everyone on this is really, really. Every position you got Winston, Jason Kelsey, Jason Peters, Zach. Now, my only thing is this kid, Jonathan Abrams, this strong safety, this free safety who's a thumper, him matched up with Malcolm Jenkins, I feel like would be a great deal for the Eagles, getting a safety in there, because I feel like everything is, y'all are great at every position. I don't know Ronnie McLeod very well. I don't know exactly how he did this past season.
He was having a pretty solid season last year before he got hurt. For the season.
But I mean, I just love the idea of young thumper in there that can learn with Malcolm Jenkins and Jalen Mills, Ronald Darby, and Sidney Jones. Just really take over that division definitely this year with some hard hitters. And River, what do you think? What do you think those should be doing?
I have the Eagles selecting Jeffrey Simmons because the dude's going to be a fucking animal next year.
Right.
Fletcher Cox is getting to the latter edge of his career. Probably going to either retire or get walked soon because they're going to have to pay him.
What? He's already paid. He's the second highest paid DT in the fucking league.
So they're going to let him go.
No, I don't think so, brother.
And I just want to piggyback Jeffrey Simmons real quick. You have Darius Geis, Agent D, Washington, R-word. You got Zeke Elliott, and you got Saquon Barkley.
Miles Sanders in the second.
Not
Juan Thornhill in
that-
the second.
you
That'll
need
fill the safety and the.
a big defensive tackle fill that run where they can't get in those running lanes that they love to get in. I love Jeffrey Simmons. I love Jeffrey Simmons for the Eagles, but if they don't go him, I think Jonathan Abrams at the safety. A best bet.
All right, so the pick is in. Hollywood Brown. That concludes our RF mock draft. Go Dolphins.
Go Dolphins. Go R words.
Yep,
maybe?
R words. Good luck to the R words.
Well, this concludes the podcast with Mills and Ruber, and we hope you guys enjoy. Get this next year.
That's right. Roll Tide.